excited about the 2014-15 basketball season and feel like, as well as a lot of teams in our conference, that we can be an improved basketball team. And it should be an exciting race. We've got a couple of good players returning, as well as some other teams, and look forward to the conference season beginning at the end of the month, December.
Thank you, Coach. Our first questions come from Josh Parrott. Josh, please go ahead.
Good morning, Coach. Have to kind of start with, unfortunately, I guess more of a negative with Elford not being there anymore. I know he did a lot of great things for you guys. He played his first NBA game last night. Looking ahead, how are you guys addressing kind of having to fill that spot now with him? I know you added some guys. You have some guys coming back as well, but how exactly do you see you guys kind of filling that void with him now in the NBA?
Well, first of all, thanks for the note, Josh. I got that. I've been meaning to give you a call. I appreciate that.
Sure.
But we have supported Alfred for a long time, and certainly I supported him last night, as well as some of his teammates watching his first NBA game that he was able to start in. And, but with our team, we are addressing it by moving forward. And this summer, after he came back and had a press conference on Monday after the draft here locally, the next day we practiced and we talked about moving forward as a team. And we were going to do it by committee. We've got several guys that can play the point. As you know, Casey Shepard played last year and did a good job. He missed the last 15 games with a torn MCL, but did shoot 54% from three and 94% from the free throw line, which I think would have led our league in both categories, and has good speed. He has a little bit of experience. Jay Wright is a guy that played 1 year and was MVP of his district out in Casper College in Wyoming. And Jay is tough. He can penetrate. He's certainly not as big as Alfred, but he's a tough young man that is really good defensively and think can help us at that spot. Tremont Williams, Josh, who you're familiar with from Abbeville, played very well out at Western Texas College, and he's done an outstanding job in the early practices, and certainly feel very comfortable with him at this stage. We can play Xavier Rimmer there. His style of play is a little bit different than Alfred's. As far as Alfred getting in, using his length and being crafty to get to the basket, Xavier's going to lower his shoulder and try to get into your body and muscle you out of position. But an excellent free throw shooter that could play some point and spots for us. So it's going to be by committee right now. And another thing that we addressed with our team, Josh, this summer, the last time that I coached a young man that was a second-round pick, Anthony Goldwire, was drafted by the Phoenix Suns in the second round. When he left, his freshman year at Pensacola, it was a three-way tie for the Panhandle Championship. Or excuse me, his sophomore year, there was a three-way tie. And when I was speaking and doing this exact same thing, addressing media the next year, people said, you know, Coach, you weren't able to win the conference outright in the Panhandle. How are you going to win without Anthony Goldwire? And we had a young man from Mississippi named Kelvin Reed that was very tough, good defensively, and he led us to the national championship. So we're stronger and deeper at the other four positions, and we really like our guys, but the least experienced spot will be at the point.
With Sean coming back, you know, year in and year out, your roster changes, the team changes, and sometimes the roles can kind of change as well. With Sean, we know what he can add defensively, rebounding-wise, and scoring-wise. Do you see him being utilized in any type of a different way with Alford no longer being there? And then, again, having so many different options. At the point, I didn't know if Sean's role was going to maybe be a little bit different. Maybe you guys are going to find different ways to utilize him, because he's going to get a lot of attention this year. I know you guys have had plenty of NBA people already paying attention.
Sean is looking to have a breakout season. He's had a good off season, Josh, and certainly capable of having a great year, and that's exactly what we hope he does. He will receive a lot of attention. He'll receive a lot of double teams, especially since Alfred's gone, and we'll have to do some different things to help him score. He's also going to have a little bit different situation in the rebounding department, because we've got a couple other guys who can really rebound the basketball, and he'll be playing with more traditional size 3s and 4s than he has in the past. And he's going to have to really continue to hit the glass if he's going to average double figures again like he did his first 2 years. We also have some balanced scoring with our guys, which takes a little bit of the load off of Sean from that standpoint, but we still want him to put up big numbers, and we think he can top his averages from a year ago, and it's up to us as coaches to put him in a position where he can be successful on the offensive end.
You guys added a number of newcomers. Was hoping that you could share some comments maybe on just the group as a whole, and then as well, which of those guys have really kind of stood out to you at this point? You've already mentioned Wright, but you also have Walker and Williams and a number of freshmen as well.
Well, it's a good group. We needed to get some size, and we were really working hard at filling the power forwards position, and we were fortunate that we found 3 guys that could do it. And one of them just dropped in our lap kind of at the end of the season last year, being Brian Williams, a 5th-year transfer, graduate transfer from Oklahoma State. Brian's a fine young man. He's an outstanding athlete, a really good rebounder, good defensive player, and can score the basketball. So he's going to bring a different level of athleticism to our team, Josh, from that spot comparable to what Travis Bureau did back when you covered us. So we're excited about Brian up front. Devontae Walker is a junior college player that we got that can play that position also. Devontae could be our best rebounder on our team. He's extremely active, plays with a lot of energy, can score the ball, shoot the ball, and he'll get to the free throw line quite a bit and should lead our team in free throw attempts this season if he can stay healthy. And then we got a freshman also that can play a couple of positions, with a power forward being one of them, Bryce Washington, 6'6", class president, salutatorian from St. Augustine in New Orleans. And those 3 guys have really done well in our fall practices and have put themselves in position to really help our basketball team. Tremont Williams, I mentioned earlier, another guy from Western Texas, has come in and done a nice job. Defensively, he's done a good job running the team. Jonathan Stove, another newcomer that has done well for us in practice. He was sick last week and missed a few days of practice, but came back and had a really good scrimmage on Sunday. And Scotty Plaisant's another freshman that needs to gain some strength and weight and has had a couple of minor injuries in practice, but has really had some moments where he's stood out. So we like our guys collectively, and we also like them individually. I think we're stronger. We're going to shoot the ball better. We should be better defensively. Should be a better rebounding team. And we've got more size.
You guys make the tournament. You've Alfred drafted in the lottery. You guys have a 21 season. But then Cajun Athletics as a whole has had such an incredible year going back over the last calendar year with football and softball and baseball and everything else. How big of a benefit is all of that stuff, not just with basketball, but around the board with sports, with the athletic program? What kind of an impact has that had? And I would be kind of surprised if that hasn't kind of helped everybody in a way, just having so much success over the last year.
Well, it's been a phenomenal year, and some of it started again, Josh, back when you covered the team. We had 11-game winning streak, which was longest in the nation at the time, and it was the longest we'd had in 38 years. And you remember the crowds that were coming to the Cajun Dome to watch us play at the end of that season. And Coach Hudspeth was hired that earlier in December, and that next season he took his group out and went to the New Orleans Bowl and won it, the first of 3. So football's really done a good job and brought a lot of energy, which helps the whole athletic department at our university. And, of course, softball and baseball have always been strong. And the years that they had last year with Coach Rowe being #1 in the nation, going into the super regional and had a chance, we felt like, to win the whole thing if we could have got to Omaha. And then Coach Lateef taking the women with only one senior basically on the team to Oklahoma City to play in the College World Series. So special year, and tennis won. Coach Jeffrey's done a great job. Coach Slyman with our men's golf team, it was right on the verge. I look for them to have a great year this spring. our athletic program is doing well, and we all feed off each other. But it's an exciting time to be at our university and in Lafayette.
Thank you very much, Josh, and thank you, Coach Marlin. That's all the time we have for you today. Appreciate your time, and best of luck this season.
Thanks, Randy. See you, Josh.
Yep.